Ravi has what he calls the self-sustaining funnel, which is essentially a funnel that can run on its own. It's set up, it has the systems to be able to just focus on driving leads in. A lot of businesses make the mistake of when they set up a funnel and a system, they don't have the structure to just have as many leads flowing into it. There's too many manual steps and it's not set up in a specific capabilities to deal with a huge amount of demand. So you'll notice that the way that he sets his systems up is he drives traffic, he nurtures, he books calls, he closes deals, he follow-ups, and he repeats. Funny enough, he has changed this recently to add in more of a step around nurturing people. I think there's been a big shift in the marketing space where when people are selling higher priced products, they realize the need to nurture leads even more before offering them a call. People are more receptive to marketing now than they ever have been. They're more aware that they're being sold to, and they want to truly feel like they trust someone, and they want to truly feel like they're going to get a guaranteed result because they potentially have been burnt in the past. So when we look at this, the foundation first, copy and messaging. He starts with strong foundational messaging, making sure all marketing content, emails, ads is aligned and consistent. A big thing here is you can have the best ads, the best systems, the best automations, but if things aren't consistent and people don't truly understand your messaging across the board and what you do, then it's going to be very hard to sell to them. Your cost per lead, your return on ad spend, they're all going to be skewed if people can't truly see how you're going to help them and the clear path. Then what we want to look at is his top of funnel, his traffic generation. So he generally has three main sources of traffic: collaborations, where he appears on podcasts, webinars, joint ventures, and other people's audiences. He then can piggyback off their audience and use the audience that they've built to then grow his audience. Now, to get yourself into this position, you then need to be a big enough authority that people want you on their podcast and they want to feel like you have the knowledge and the value. And it needs to be a two-way street. They want to feel like you getting on their podcast will be a high-performing episode and you're going to bring traffic across as well. You also need to have your business in a place where you can step out from being in the business to then focus on essentially working on the business and creating more traffic. B, he then runs ads on YouTube. They're like educational content, but are soft sales. So they're not direct selling hard. He works like Facebook ads used to. They educate first and then convert. So he's essentially realized the shift in the marketing space from being able to just position a VSL, sell someone into something, and he's noticed the need to nurture them more first. He then uses short form content, TikToks, Reels, Shorts that spark attention and drive people to the YouTube channel. His YouTube channel is the thing that he drives the majority of people to nurture them even more before then pushing into a call. For example, you'll see that he's put a lot of growth into his YouTube channel, 107K subscribers, a huge audience that he then uses to then push into his funnel. Down here, he uses Reels to then push into his YouTube that then also go into booking in a call. Obviously, he'll then book calls off Instagram as well, but his main driver is pushing people into YouTube, and that's one of the main things that he then now positions selling as, teaching people how to build a YouTube and a brand. Then down here, he uses endless amounts of social proof. A big thing here is social proof sells. People won't want to buy into you if they can't feel the awareness that you're going to be able to get them their result. If they don't trust you, they're not going to buy from you. And if they don't feel like you can get them to where they want to be, then they're definitely never going to buy from you. He pushes people into essentially a funnel where he has a clear headline, a clear subheading, and a VSL. This is a big thing with funnels that I think people massively overcomplicate. They try and create the perfect design and they overcomplicate the messaging, which ultimately means the page loads slower, it's more complicated, and people can't clearly see what they do. So you'll see his headline, want us to help you install a blended content paid ads marketing system that you can raise your prices, close dream clients, increase profits, and become an industry leader. It's fairly clear what they do. It's not some hidden messaging and hard to understand. It's simple what they do. They help with content, they help with ads so that you can work with dream clients, charge more, make more profit, and become a leader in your industry. Then they have a video explaining along with a clear call to action that's backed up by even more social proof. They'll get you to 100K months. They've served 200 plus businesses. And at this point, you're probably already bought into it because of all the social proof that you've seen and that you've been nurtured on YouTube already. Off the back of this then goes into a booking page where you can then book your demo call. You'll then notice that this then means, because the way that he has his funnel set up, it's easier to track. If you have a landing page that then goes to a booking page, you can then track the percentage of leads that move across. And if you're running ads like here's, you can then put your ad pixel on and you can then retarget people who landed on this page or this page, but not the thank you page essentially, which is here. You'll then notice when you go into booking a call, you then answer a series of questions. He doesn't use an application form. His application form is essentially on the calendar booking page. So he doesn't have people filling out a massive form to then moving to the booking page. They go straight into the booking and they have their questions on there. It's one less step for them to do, and it's one less area that he might then have to follow up with leads. It's straight into a call, questions, booked. Off the back of that, they then go to his thank you page, and this is a big thing. It's speed and it's clear. Step 1, step 2, step 3. People have just booked a call to potentially sign up to an incredibly expensive product, a high ticket offer that they want clarity. They might feel a little bit nervous and not sure on the next steps. They want it clear so they know what they need to do. So for example, heading, congrats, you booked your call. Step 1, here. Step 2, accept the invite. Step 3, watch this video. So then he uses his YouTube to nurture them even more, so that then by the time that they get on the call, they're then ready to buy. He then gives them the proposal, and then on the proposal, they're then essentially when they're ready to sign. Now you'll notice throughout all these steps, we then essentially have a booking page. On the booking page, he has more questions on here than potentially you might do, because he has a lot of lead flow coming through. So he then wants to filter out some unqualified leads. If he took off all these questions and just had name, email, phone, he'd get more lead flow coming through, but he would then find that the quality might be less. So then it then doesn't mean that he wants to essentially get those leads into a call. Then here, with this video here, it's essentially qualifying them even more. He doesn't pitch himself, he pitches the method. That's a big thing, that he's positioned that he has a method of getting someone a result. So he's not trying to sell him to them, he's trying to sell his method. So they then see him as this authority figure with a specific method that other people don't have. So you then want to pay to work with him to understand his method. And then it allows him to charge more because he's seen as having this special method that no one else does. Then here, there's essentially a pre-call chat, happens to build connection. If they don't close, they send a personal follow-up. So a big thing here is then he WhatsApps people off the back of that. So we found that when we have a call booking, if we send them a WhatsApp, then they reply to the WhatsApp, we have a 99% chance of them actually showing up to the call. They reply to the WhatsApp, they're gonna show up. We then even have a follow-up system, so that if they don't reply to the first message, they get another WhatsApp. Don't reply to the second, another WhatsApp. Because we know what the data says, and it says that if someone replies to that, then they're going to show. What we then want to do is, for non-buyers, he'll send them a re-offer at 30, 60, 90 days. For new clients, he sends them to the onboarding page to then start the process. So a big thing here is, if people don't sign, he's not just letting them fall off and through the cracks. He even has a lower ticket product that he might put people into, or some form of different offer. A big thing here is, if someone doesn't sign, he puts them into another offer. He's constantly focusing on selling, because if you make more offers, you're gonna have more chances of making more sales. And you'll notice that his system isn't complex. It's a couple step funnel, but he focuses on the things that are the hardest, which is creating the content and the traffic to push people into the system. His system means that it's self-sustaining, he can drive traffic in, and he's not having to have a huge amount of manual steps throughout that process.